Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, I'm going to be reviewing another martial arts film for you folks because, as I said multiple times before, I really do enjoy these films. Oh boy, I really do. Yes sirree. Because it's like my drug addiction in a way. The best part of waking up is some real shit in a Fortress cup. Yeah. So anyway, folks, the martial arts film I'm going to be reviewing is the film titled The 36 Crazy Fists, starring Jackie Chan. Yeah, I'm reviewing a Jackie Chan film this time. I was never a huge fan of his, really, but I want to review this film anyway. So anyway, as usual, folks, I do have to top of the plot for this particular film. So let's get into it, shall we? Oh yeah. The actor Jackie Chan plays this character, whom is this young man that decides to learn about Kung Fu, of course, to avenge the death of his father, a peaceful shopkeeper whom was murdered by these gangsters for not paying protection money. So at first he's rejected by his teachers, of course, because he appears to be weak. But of course he's persistent, obviously. So as a result, there's some help from the other students and this mysterious monk, and they help him out in order for him to learn these particular set of skills. So he needs to avenge his father. So it's kind of like a revenge kind of a story going on. And bottom line, he wants to do this so he can fight the people who murdered his father, so to speak. So in a nutshell, that's what this movie is focusing upon. So, which I thought was pretty cool. Overall, this movie is pretty crazy in its own little way, which I don't mind really. This is the American dubbed version I'm reviewing, folks, so keep that in mind. Even the quality print isn't all that high really, so it is a bit blurry. So I am planning to buy one of the better versions of this particular film when I can. But anyway, aside from the mediocre dubbing that this film has, I quite enjoyed it for what it was. After watching this film, I was thinking, oh wow, Jackie Chan definitely came a long way, and that's for sure. And this is definitely one of his earliest films I'm reviewing. As I mentioned earlier, I was never a huge fan of his films because they tend to be overly goofy. But in this case, that didn't happen. He's not super or extremely silly or goofy, thankfully. The film does take itself fairly seriously, which can be a good thing in my opinion.
The one thing I found rather bizarre is maybe not the movie itself, but the releases. I'm surprised no one brought this up, but some of the releases on for this movie, the covers. So look at some of these covers. The photos they have for some of these covers are actually from different Jackie Chan films, but they place it on the cover for this one for the multiple DVD releases. So some of these images right here don't even belong in the film itself, because you've never seen some of these images that's on the cover of this movie don't even appear in the movie. They're from other Jackie Chan films that came out like years later. So I thought this was kind of odd. So yeah, I'm actually surprised. Like I just said a moment ago, no one really has made a comment about this. Am I the only one? I don't know. So I just thought this was really weird, really. And this one right here, this is from a different movie as well. So I just thought it was odd. This is really bizarre, kind of like in an interesting kind of a way. It's kind of weird. It's interesting in a bizarre sort of ways. I just thought nobody really made a comment about this. Well, if someone did, I wouldn't know about it. So this is odd. This is really odd. This is obviously one of Jackie Chan's earliest films. So yeah, I don't review Jackie Chan's films that often, really. So this is a rare opportunity in itself, in a way.
I always prefer Kung Fu movies to be more serious than funny, which is why I hardly ever review those comedy type movies. At least in regards of the martial arts genre, anyway. But anyway, as for this film in general, it's not that bad, really, folks. I quite enjoy it. The pacing is pretty fast paced, which is fine. When it comes to these kinds of movies, you need the pacing to be pretty fast anyway. just get to the point, will you? So yeah, this has a pretty solid story, even though it's like a revenge kind of thing, which has been done like a bunch of times before. But still, I do like the structure of this movie. It has a good beginning, middle, and end. And of course, the ending fight is pretty crazy in its own, really. Again, I don't, like always, I don't want to spoil anything really, but it's a pretty enjoyable film if you ask me. So yeah, I can say that this one isn't all that bad of a movie, really. The music was pretty okay, I guess. I suppose. It has some solid music played in this particular film. This film does have a bit of humor in it, folks, which is fine, but it's done in a way that doesn't come off forceful. So the humor isn't exactly forced, really. So that's definitely a plus there. At that aside, I didn't think it was a bad movie. It's not the best martial arts film I reviewed, but it's a pretty solid film as a whole. Having humor in a martial arts film with Jackie Chan pretty much became a trademark for him out of the years to come. And of course, another trademark of his, he's always seemed to be playing the good guy. So again, he became fairly typical that he always played the hero. So seeing him playing as the hero in the story isn't anything new, of course. So it's basically, he's doing what he's known to do. He's just doing it in his really early years. So if you're a Jackie Chan fan, folks, I would definitely say recommend this film, folks. It might not be one of his best movies per se, really, but I felt that it was a solid enough film as a whole for it to be enjoyable in its own little way, I suppose. So I can recommend this anyway, I guess, because I've seen far worse than this. I quite enjoyed it myself. It does have its moments, really, throughout the entire film, so this definitely gets a pretty good recommendation for me. Yes, sirree. It gets an overall rating of a 6.1 out of 10. It gets a 6.1 out of 10 from me, folks. Yes, sirree. So, of course, as always, thanks for watching, and take care. See ya.